everyone. Welcome back to Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast. It is happening again, as we like to say. So welcome back for episode 40. I'm Charles Skaggs, that guy. And with me, of course, is one of my favorite people in the world, Xan Sprouse.
Thank you, Charles. You're one of my favorite people in the world. Episode 40.
Yeah, I know. We got 10 more to the big 5-0.
That's awesome. 40 is pretty cool, too.
You've put up with my nonsense for 40 episodes now.
Once again, I think that's reversed.
No. As anybody who's listened to any of my podcasts could tell you, yes, you're the reason they're listening. So
I have to say, though, I was listening to our previous episode, and I've done pretty well just keeping it to Twin Peaks lately. So I'm proud of myself about that.
For whatever reason.
Call it fate, call it karma. Oops, Ghostbusters! Damn it! Streak broken!
I worked in a Ghostbusters reference into a Twin Peaks podcast.
Do you know how much a patent clerk earns?
Yeah. Exactly. I was doing a little MC Chris reset.
Oh,
that one.
Nice.
If you've ever heard his Twin Peaks song.
Have I heard his Twin? I don't know.
Oh, it's you have to hear this song. Look for MC Chris Twin Peaks.
Okay.
It's like this thing he did for like April Fools.
Okay.
And like every April Fools or whatever, he posts this video, and he did this one, just come up with this great Twin Peaks rap song, and it's perfection. I highly recommend it. I think I should post it on our Ghostwood page.
I think you absolutely should post that.
I think you would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
I'll have
MC Chris, for those who don't know MC Chris, he's done a lot of stuff for Adult Swim. He was MCP Pants on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, if you remember MCP Pants.
He was also the voice of Hesh on C-Lab 2021.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. And there's an episode of C-Lab 2021 where, the episode is called Bebop Cola.
Okay.
Because everybody on the C-Lab goes above the water to see the MC Chris concert.
Right.
And Captain Murphy is left behind, and he goes down to get soda from the Bebop Cola machine, and all the sodas are named after jazz musicians. Like there's Mingus Dew and Mango Reinhardt, things like that. So it's Bebop Cola is the name of the soda company.
Right.
And he doesn't get his soda, so he's hitting the machine, which then falls over on him. So he's trapped into the machine for a couple of months while everybody goes on tour with MC Chris.
Okay.
So that's where I first heard MC Chris. And when the scene is everybody's at the show, everybody's at the concert, he's playing Fett's Vet,
right.
his Boba Fett song. So, what's his actual last name?
I don't know.
I forget, but yeah, he's in credits as MC Chris.
Right. You might also know him from this song that he did called Hoodie Ninja.
Hoodie Ninja.
Like I'm a ninja, I'm a hoodie ninja. Yeah. So I think was in a car commercial at one point. So you may have seen.
Yeah, I forget. It's been a long time since
something like that. It was some kind of commercial, I remember. So yeah, that's MC Chris, and I'll probably go ahead and post that on Ghostwood, because now that I'm thinking about it, I want to. Yeah, I actually have I love that song. So, and there's a lot of great, it talks about Twin Peaks being where your outlook's bleak, and all kinds of stuff. It's great.
So he knows.
It's pretty epic. So today, as we get back, we're not going to just talk about MC Chris, because hey, we're trying to keep Xan focused on Twin Peaks.
Trying. Yes.
Yeah, there is no try, but
look at you bringing in the Star Wars.
It's Star Wars. It's a go-to reference.
That just happens.
Yeah, I don't really count that as reference anymore because it's so predominant. So yeah, we're going to talk about Realization Time, which is the 7th, aka 6th, aka 92nd, I don't know, episode of Twin Peaks from May 17th, 1990.
Episode 6, the 7th episode.
Exactly. Written by Harley Payton and directed by Caleb Deschanel.
For those of you who do not realize who that is, that's Mike.
Mike?
That's Mike.
Mike from?
Mike and Bobby Mike.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's Mike and Bobby Mike.
Mike and Bobby night.
He's my best friend, Donna. You're supposed to be with me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Mike, as in Mike and Bobby Mike.
Okay. So,
Mike, what's his last name?
who? Oh, Mike Nelson?
Mike Nelson. Is that his name, Mike Nelson? That's hilarious if it is.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was like named after I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was
I'm
a
just
nod
thinking
to-
of like Michael J. Nelson from MST3K. But
I thought Mike was played by Gary Hirschberger.
yes, you're right. No, I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right.
It's,
yes. Points
why am
for me. Yay.
Why am I thinking that? Yeah, no, it's the husband of Sarah. Not Sarah. Yeah, Sarah Hayward. Sarah Hayward's husband.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Mary Jo Deschanel's husband.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense.
Why
then.
was I getting him confused with Gary Hirschberger? I forget.
I don't know.
what the problem is.
I don't know.
I have been.
I'm sure we had like our listeners were like, "What?"
I have been stuck in this room, Charles, for 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, we need to escape. So Xan is taking care of a poor sick kitty right now, recovering from surgery.
Oh yes, I mentioned last time that I got a cat, a new cat, stray cat that came in the house, and we were doing room separation for a while, and then the two cats were kind of chasing each other,
Right.
and nothing bad, just chasing and hissing, which is normal for cats that live together. So we separated them again because the new cat just got spayed, and in order to prevent any suture breaking or anything like that, we are keeping her separated again
Right.
to limit her movement. We're in my music room, which has had my desk removed, the chairs removed. Anything she can jump more than like 8 inches on
Yeah.
is
Because
gone.
we don't need any intestines spilling out all over the place.
Which is what happened the last time I had a cat spayed.
Right.
So, long story short.
And as someone who's had 3-part reconstructive surgery on his intestines, yeah, I recommend that.
Yeah, it's not fun. And at least you didn't have to go to
kind of
med for it.
important.
Yeah. You need your intestines. So, so basically what I've been doing is I've been in my music room, shut in here with the cat for probably 80% of my time. I have lost my mind. Lost my freaking mind. So,
What is the world outside?
yeah. My apologies, everybody, for losing my mind. But yes, that is Mary Jo Deschanel's husband is Caleb Deschanel.
Okay. All right.
And Zoe and Emily's father.
Oh. Okay, so they are related. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, that's a whole big family.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was just like a common name or that.
Nope.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a Hollywood lineage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This episode also introduces Victoria Catlin as Blackie O'Reilly, aka Black Rose, the sister of Blue Rose, apparently. Guest starring Walter Okowitz as Jacques Renault,
Jacques Renault.
or as Harry Goes pronounces it, Jacques Renault.
Jacques Renault.
Yeah.
Does he say Jacques too? Does he say Jacques?
It's maybe that's it, but yeah.
I can't remember. I know he says
Yeah.
Renault.
Yeah.
I know he says Renault. So.
And of course, we get the return of David Patrick Kelly as Jerry Horn.
Excellent.
And Don Amendolia as Emery Battis before he gets killed off here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is a fun one, and notably, there is before we get into the actual episode, I thought I'd mention that there was a deleted scene in this story that apparently involved Sylvia and Dr. Jacoby trying to deal with Johnny Horn. So we actually would have learned a little bit more about Johnny in this episode.
Oh, okay.
Had the scene made it. Apparently Sylvia was being abusive, from what I understand, in the scene, and Audrey intervenes and blames her mother for Johnny's condition.
Oh.
And then Sylvia flips the script back on Audrey and tries to blame her.
Oh, yeah, because Audrey has anything to do with her older brother's condition.
Well, from what I read and wrote down here is that apparently Sylvia says that Audrey pushed Johnny down the stairs when they were younger, which is what caused his condition. And Audrey leaves, and then Jacoby explains, though, that Audrey's not to blame because apparently Johnny's condition was caused by an early emotional trauma.
Oh.
So we would have learned that.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that could have been a really interesting scene, depending on...
That could have been a really interesting thing and a really interesting development
but there's
of the
a lot
Johnny
going
character.
on in this episode, so I can kind of see why they cut it.
Yeah.
But,
well, and the thing is, I love Johnny, but he kind of doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
So it's kind of not... They wind up not doing anything with Johnny and Audrey and their relationship, so...
Yeah.
I can see why that would be, on the cutting room floor.
But yeah, it's kind of a lost opportunity again.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the fun of this episode, Charles, we have something serious that we need to talk about.
I think I know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
We would just like to send our best wishes and healing, recovering thoughts to Al Strobel, who had a heart attack.
Yes.
Last week. He was doing a fan event in Melbourne, Australia, and had a heart attack. So he was doing some appearances there, and he's had to cancel those appearances. He is 79 years old. He's almost 80. I think he looks great for being almost 80.
Right.
He's still going well. He was the major driving force for the return of Twin Peaks.
Yes.
So I am hoping this minor heart attack stays minor and he gets better soon. Yeah. So I just wanted to send a shout out to him.
And mine as well, my best wishes as well, because obviously, the one-armed man, Philip Gerard, and he was obviously we were very glad to have him back for the return because if nothing else, he was a great replacement for Michael J. Anderson.
He was a perfect stand-in for that sort of
role.
That sort of story carrying role.
That kind of liaison between Cooper and the Black Lodge.
Right. And he stepped in and sort of took over the roles of both Michael J. Anderson and I think David Bowie. And I think the Philip Jeffries role. Because the Philip Jeffries was a major driving force behind the story. And so he sort of had to be the conduit between...
Right. To kind of move Cooper from point A to point B.
Right. He sort of had to be that conduit between, the Tin Machine, Philip Jeffries, and Cooper in his various incarnations.
Right.
So he had a lot on his shoulders for the return. So he did a fantastic job.
And he dealing, of course, with Dougie when he returns to the Black Lodge, and the Tulpa gets.
Yes, having to babysit Dougie is a job in itself.
Just ask Janie E.
Oh, he's like a ninja.
I mean, it's no wonder, all she makes is, sandwiches and chips. Because she's probably, exhausted. This is all I can do.
This is all I can do. I don't know if you noticed, though.
I'm breaking out the Fritos variety pack, and here you go. Knock yourself out.
Those were Miss Vicky's chips. Those are some quality chips, let me tell you.
You're right, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I've noted this down, that the Herald Sun reported that Al Strobel was taken to a hospital where a blood clot was removed and a stent was put in.
Okay.
So that's not, it's serious.
It's serious.
But it doesn't sound like life-threatening.
It doesn't sound like this is going to be the last thing that ever happens to him. So,
hopefully he recovers and no further complications for Al.
Yes.
So, our best wishes, because we don't want to, talk about more Twin Peaks actors dying on this podcast.
No, I'm sick of that.
Yeah, I think we filled our quota, over the past year with that.
Oh, gosh. Speaking of Twin Peaks cast members, if anybody wound up at Horror Hound last weekend and got to meet Billy Zane, please post some photos of that. My friend Tara got to meet Billy Zane, and I'm just like...
you suck.
I'm so freaking happy for you.
I'm so happy right now.
So happy right now. It was funny. There was I know Tara.
I still think Billy Zane would be a great Lex Luthor.
Oh my God, perfect.
Yeah.
I know Tara through her boyfriend Nebby, who I've been friends with for years, and he posted a photo of the two of them. And another friend of ours, Daryl, wrote a comment and said, "Xan Sprouse is probably really jealous of this." I just wrote yes.
Yes, I am. That's funny.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, to talk about something a little more upbeat, uh, I picked up a couple of new Twin Peaks things this week.
what did you get?
Oh, I guess I'll have to show you. So,
You're gonna have to show me.
first thing I picked up, the Twin Peaks 2019 calendar.
What?
What?
Nice. Where'd you
Yeah.
find that?
Well, on the Amazon.
On the Amazon. Okay.
So, yeah, I picked that up because good luck trying to find that at Barnes & Noble.
I don't know though. Barnes and Noble has some crazy calendars. So
Maybe depending on the Barnes & Noble, probably. But, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably order it through Barnes & Noble, maybe. But
Oh yeah, probably.
I got mine through Amazon.
Nice.
But lots of cool like photos from the new series of The Return, and then it also has kind of like at the bottom, right below that pic, it has like a combination of both the original series and The Return,
Oh, very
little
cool.
mini pics. So very cool, and I thought that was kind of neat. So I actually, for probably decades, I've been getting Doctor Who calendars,
Mm-hmm.
but this year's Doctor Who calendar was kind of lame, and
Okay.
I've heard about this, and so I was like, well, guess who's got a new calendar for 2019?
Guess who's got a computer?
Yep. So if you haven't already, like, if you weren't aware of this, now you are. So,
I was not aware. That's awesome.
Yep. So Twin Peaks got a calendar, y'all.
Love it.
And then the other thing that I've managed to get through my comic book store, The Laughing Ogre,
The Laughing Ogre right here in Columbus,
Yep.
Ohio.
I've got a binder of Twin Peaks trading cards. But all I have is like all of one card, the promo card that came with it.
Nice. I just didn't know they were doing a set for that. That is amazing.
Yep, there's the 2018, and it's by Rittenhouse Archives.
Okay.
And now the trading cards are apparently very hard to come by as far as like, like the ogre's not getting the trading cards unless you buy like a box, which is like $100. So if you want if you're just like me and you'd like to budget more sensibly, and you just want to like maybe 6 to 10 packs at a time, I'm recommending eBay.
Or $50 for each of us, and we can split the box up.
Ooh, that's an idea. I like that idea.
That's what we could do.
Because what I was thinking, because I actually ordered like 10 off eBay today, and I figured, well, hey, if I get doubles, I can always give them to Xan.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Because hey,
I'm just thinking we could have
you're my Ghostwood partner. Of course, I'm going to give it, and my friend. So
you're partners in Twin Peaks crime, right there.
So we're going to add this to the pile of like with the Leland Palmer Funko that I still need to get to you. So
all the things we need to do in the real world together.
Exactly.
That would be so much fun if we bought a box of that. We could be like all old school, like actually sit down with our cards and like trade them, like need it, got it. Yeah.
See, that's why I want to get packs, because I remember back in the day, like when I was collecting baseball cards, and things like Superman 2 cards and Star Wars cards back in the day.
Now, were you too old for Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah, that was before. Like I was on the tail end of that,
you graduated high school in what, 87?
Yes. Oh, actually, yes, it was 87. Yes.
So you would have been in high school for that, but I was a big Garbage Pail Kids fan.
Yeah. Yes, but I get why they're popular, so I can appreciate it. But so I have to I love the feeling of just ripping open those packs and going, okay, I need this, got it, because I got I found a checklist online.
Nice.
So I could just check stuff off, and so I just like that part of it. Like if with trading cards, there's not a whole lot to do with trading cards, so it's more of like the figuring it out of okay, what's missing, what do I need, and that kind of the hunt.
Well, back in the day when we were kids, the fun thing about trading cards, the movie and TV cards especially, is we didn't have VCRs.
Right.
So if you wanted to see the movie again, trading cards were about your only bet.
Yeah.
So, and I remember I had I think I still have these ET cards
Yeah.
because I was prime age for ET everything. And I remember there being trading cards of scenes in the movie, of scenes that were not in the movie. And so, because like the trading cards had deleted scenes practically.
Right.
And another famous trading card from a deleted scene was the movie Goonies.
Right.
There's a scene in the Goonies at the very end when they are on the beach and they're talking to the police and their parents are there. And what was the worst thing? Well, the walking the plank and the octopus was really scary.
Right.
And everybody, we were all thinking like, what the hell?
They're getting interviewed by the media too. They're like,
yeah. And we're thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Data? Octopus? What? And but there was apparently an octopus in a deleted scene.
Oh.
And
I never made that connection.
yeah, there's one in the deleted scene. And there is a trading card. The
octopus?
The rockin' octopus. It was the only thing that we knew from that. That's how we knew that they weren't just making things up to make it sound scarier than it was. Because we thought that maybe he was just making it up to sound scarier, but there really was an octopus. They just cut it from the movie.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Neat.
So that was a neat thing about trading cards was where we first got deleted scenes before Laserdiscs.
But I thought it was cool. Like, I thought this binder looked pretty sweet.
I love that binder.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, if I'm going to do this, because this is like, I haven't bought trading cards in decades.
Oh, man, I was trading card crazy for a long time.
So, yeah, I know you have the trading card, the original set.
I do. Yes, I do.
So, which I'm very jealous of, very envious of.
I have in a binder, but I still have the box they came in. Like, I just folded the box up and put it in the binder as well. But, that was something that I was doing for a long time at conventions. When we would go to comic book conventions while Chris was working, I would go shopping.
Right.
And trading cards are one of the things I looked for. So I have, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. I probably have like 20 binders full of trading cards.
Nice.
Those widescreen ones and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, we're quite the trading card family.
So apparently we need to go have these in a box.
Evidently. I think we should. That would be so much fun. I think we should go in there, too, when Gib is in there and be like, like it was the 80s where we'd be like counting out our dollar bills and quarters. We have enough for a box of Twin Peaks cards, Mr. Pickle.
I don't know. He's a bit more grumpier at the moment because it's been like 2 months they haven't had AC for whatever
dear
reason.
God.
They can't get their AC guy to fix.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in there like maybe 2 weeks ago and it was a little toasty. But I just thought it's the Laughing Ogre. The whole front of it is window, and then the side, half the side of it is window.
Right, you thought it was just like solar
Well,
heat.
It faces west.
Yeah.
So if you're in there anytime from like 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., you're getting just sun.
I go during lunchtime. But anyway, but all of you out there don't care about that. I know. Sorry. Yeah. So if you want to learn more about the trading cards, I recommend going to sci-fi-hobby.com. You can kind of get more information if you're not like hip to this.
Or go to North High Street just south of Henderson Road to the Laughing Ogre.
There you go.
If you're in Ohio, you should go there anyway because it's amazing.
It is. It's obviously my favorite store. I've been going there for years, and all the staff there is wonderful. So I recommend it. All right. So I just thought you might get a kick out of those two little neat things that I got this week.
I love it.
Yep. All right. So ready to talk about some Twin Peaks as we watch some Twin Peaks together, everyone. So get your video devices queued up to like around the 1 minute 31 mark, because just after, of course, where we say, created by Mark Frost and David Lynch, where it fades to black.
Now it's dark.
And now it's, exactly. And now it's dark. Yes. So, everybody ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'll count us down. 3, 2, 1.
The moon is out.
The moon. We call that Muad'Dib.
Tell me of your homeworld, Usul. Oh boy, here's Cooper trying to do the right thing. I'm an agent of the FBI. This is wrong.
Yes. Are you sure you're not recording this?
You're seriously 18? Like, for real? I love this right here. What I want and what I need are two different things, Audrey.
Right.
He's a good man. He's a
Right.
good man. Good job, Cooper. See, this is what you're supposed to do. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I don't care who's coming on to you. I don't care who's naked in your bed. When it's not a good idea, it's not a good idea.
Right. So a lot of guys are getting bad raps right now. So you should be studying Agent Cooper right now. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, Cooper is like raising the bar.
Cooper is what you should be aspiring to, frankly.
Right. Right.
Um,
I just want his hair.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much going to have that hair until he's 90. It's pretty amazing.
The hair helmet.
And this is in Cooper again. Cooper knows people pretty well.
Yep.
And he says, I think what you need right now is a friend, which is totally true. Audrey is so lonely.
Right.
He's going to get milkshakes and fries, and she's going to tell him all of her trouble. He's so sweet.
This could take all night.
Yeah. I'm going to get the food, you get dressed. And I just think Cooper is so sweet here.
He's
he has
doing
no
the right
secrets.
thing.
Laura is filled with secrets.
Yep.
So,
and it's also the premise for this show.
Kind of, yeah.
Yep.
See, and even she's like, he's so good, he's so nice to me. But yeah, I think he's really wonderful to see what she really needs and to, put any sort of, carnal issues
Desire.
behind him.
Yeah.
So, Lucy is still mad at Andy, by the way.
Poor Andy.
Because, Officer Brennan.
Yeah, more cold shoulder from Lucy.
Yeah. Which, again, I don't quite understand because it's not like she was not there too.
Yeah, it takes two to tango, Lucy.
It takes two to tango. Literally, it takes two to tango.
Yeah. Yep. This is like the only call she's gotten all day. Like this is the peak time.
This is peak time
for the station switchboard. Yeah. It's like, okay, what? You're like Rachel from Credit Card Services, and you want to verify my MasterCard number?
No, this is we're verifying that yes, in fact, the rabbit did die, and she is pregnant.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a crazy thing. Have you ever heard that phrase? Did the rabbit die?
I haven't heard did the rabbit die? I know that I've heard but I've heard the rabbit metaphor.
Yeah, back in the 1950s, they used to test pregnancy by injecting a woman's urine into a rabbit.
Right.
And if the woman was pregnant, there was some sort of hormone or enzyme or something in the urine that was toxic to rabbits.
Ah.
So it just seems like, first of all, how did they find that out? Okay. What was the first?
Yeah, who decided let's try this?
Let's try it. Let's pee on this rabbit and see if it stays alive. That's totally what's
right.
What weighs the same as a piece of wood? A duck. It's like, who are you that are so wise?
She's made of wood. Yeah.
But that's where that phrase comes from, and I'm just like, wow, that's barbaric and convoluted as hell.
Here we have Waldo the Minor Bird.
Waldo
in his last lingering moments of life.
Jacques is a bad pet owner. He's just bad all around.
Yeah. But, hey, Doc Hayward's trying to, patch him up.
Yet another good man here in Twin Peaks.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, minor birds, of course, are mimicking birds. Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Hey, Charles.
Coopers are like...
Check it out.
What? Oh, hello, kitty.
Yes. My new cat.
Want to watch some Twin Peaks?
This is what we're doing here.
For those who obviously can't see, Xan's cat decided to just pop into view.
Hi, sweetie. God. Devil's three-way right there. Gross. That's our Waldo. Waldo is...
I love it. Cooper can identify Laura Palmer by her shoulder.
Hey, if he can find a motorcycle in her iris,
Right.
he can do just
Right.
about anything.
Good point.
Yeah.
Voice-activated recorder.
When the bird talks, maybe we'll get some answers.
People listen.
Yeah, we find out that, Waldo has been malnourished and not necessarily treated very well.
Right.
And he's what made the marks on Laura Palmer's shoulder.
Right.
Oh, we're going to Canada to the whorehouse.
Yep. Cooper thinks that, hey, this is a good job for the Bookhouse boys.
Which I think is hilarious.
So what I'm wondering is, like, okay, if he's, like, adheres so much to the law, why is he so cool with, like, going vigilante?
Well, I think...
Because he's just like, ends justify the means guy?
I think to quote Ed Hurley, somebody's selling drugs to kids. I think that's everybody's problem.
Oh, bad binoculars. Bad binoculars.
Uh-oh. See, now Leo was, if you recall...
run. Leo Johnson's got a gun.
If you recall, Leo Johnson was shot by Shelley Johnson last episode. Yep. And as you can see from his arm,
What is that picture on their wall?
I don't know, Emmett Kelly? Nobody can decorate in this damn town.
Nope.
So she shot him, but she just grazed him. And so he ran off and hasn't been home, and so she's just home scared.
Well, I think she did wing him. I don't think it was more than... I don't think it was a graze.
Yeah, if you see his arm...
he's got a bandage on it, doesn't he?
Yeah, his shirt's torn open and he's bloody, so she got him, but she didn't...
Yeah, it wasn't like, it wasn't critical hit. No, it's probably a through and through.
Yeah, I think it was a superficial arm wound that maybe at worst grazed his muscle, but he's fine, unfortunately.
And Shelley's just freaking out about this right now.
Yep. Where am I going to go?
I shot him, Bobby! I shot him!
Well, what I don't understand is why is she at home?
Right? Why aren't you like hiding out somewhere if you're worried about him?
I would be like, I don't even care if Hank Jennings is there. I'd be staying at Norma's.
Yeah.
But, poor Shelley. What am I going to do? Where am I going to hide? And Bobby's going to take care of this problem. And unfortunately, Shelley's kind of going from one controlling guy to another. But
Well, Bobby's kind of like trying to be the white knight here, but
Bobby's got a better deal than Leo.
But he's at this point in this stage of the game, Bobby's the wrong guy to be doing that.
Oh yeah, because that's all.
Because he still hasn't worked out all his issues.
And yet. Bobby killed a guy.
Yes. But to be fair, Shelley shot a guy. Yeah, so, here's the thing, that Leo's got one of those police radios in his truck, so he knows when people are looking for him, which is why I think he's been on the move, and why I think Shelley is safe. I gotta go kill a minor bird. See ya.
Because that's the last place that he's gonna go, because he knows people are looking for him. So,
and now we're coming up on the Scooby Gang, listening to Dr. Jacoby's.
Oh, we're at Donna's house. That's right, the piano.
Yep.
I forgot about the piano. And, Gersten and her piano playing.
And we're kind of listening to Laura's greatest hits.
How'd they get these again? They broke into his office?
Yes. Well,
oh, no, this is one she never sent to him.
Right. This is the one wasn't that they found in her bedpost or something?
Yeah, this is the one they found in the bedpost. So yeah, she hadn't sent this one to him yet, so.
Right.
And the way she's talking to him.
Also trying to seduce him.
Well, it's interesting because I think Laura understands, again, what we were talking about with Audrey, how she knows that sex can get you things.
Right.
But Laura knows that much better than Audrey does.
Well, because with Laura, it was a power thing.
Right, and Laura is learning how to use that to her advantage a lot better than anybody else.
So, hey, we were listening to that.
I wouldn't want to listen to this either.
No.
So
I don't blame him.
But it's just creepy because wasn't Laura 17 and
yes,
she's flirting with her doctor because she knows he likes her and she's right and Dr. Jacoby really does need his license taken
she
away.
also liked manipulation, so she knew she could manipulate Jacoby.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the way she did it.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's like she needed somebody to talk to, but she wasn't ready to open up with anybody, so it still got all weird.
Weird on Twin Peaks, go figure.
I know, can you imagine? Usually so cut and dry on this show.
I know. It's like a Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Come on.
Dun, dun. Yeah, speaking of heart attacks, kids, this isn't very nice what you're about to do.
No, it's not. It's like, hey, how about you impersonate Laura Palmer and send Dr. Jacoby to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, at the perfume counter. Now, I like how the little stand, like a little cardboard cutout of Jade, is off to the left here.
I love that.
From Invitation to Love.
I should look up who Jade is. I don't even remember who that actress was.
Audrey, the last person who should be doing retail is doing retail.
Well, I think someone who thinks people should spend money are a good person to get people to spend money.
Right.
But except, Audrey is...
The little shade, like, thanks for shopping Horn's department store.
She also is kind of a brat and kind of wants her father to fail. So there's that problem. But, yeah, gross.
Hey, stock boy.
Oh, wow, people died in a bus accident? I gotta go check this out. Whatever.
Well, to be fair, it's a very slow town, so, bus accidents are probably like,
Yeah, does they get... And where's that bus from? Like, does Twin Peaks have a public transit system?
Hey, Audrey, got a light?
Got a light?
Got a light?
Uh-oh.
So you would think he would notice that exactly. You think Emery would smell the cigarette?
Yeah, don't you think if you're smoking in the closet, someone's going to notice that?
Right. You think the smoke would come out through that little vented closet door?
Yeah, you'd think so. But
nope. Well, to be fair, Emery's attention is distracted by like one of the very few non-white characters in Twin Peaks.
Right. Exactly. And I think that a
unicorn.
Oh man, how little does Horn's department store jobs pay that these women are really excited to go be hookers?
Yeah. Well, no. Emery explains it. It's hospitality girl.
Oh, right, hospitality girl who just happens to be encouraged to have sex with the gamblers for money, and will pay you for that.
And to dress up in really sexy lingerie with like playing cards like tacked on. It's so
tacky. All of it is so tacky.
I don't know. I kind of like those costumes, but hey, I'm a guy, so I'm coming at it from a purely Y chromosome point of view.
Well, I can if what you like about them is how little
especially
there is.
Back in the early '90s, and this is before internet porn, so just like that's hot.
Yeah, if what you like is the scantily cladness of it, that's perfectly fine. Right. But it's just that cheesy, big hair, too much lace, too much bows. It's just like a Valentine's Day store threw up on these women.
Right.
Oh, find an elegant dress.
Why don't we make a trip to evening wear? Because that's not at all creepy.
And I guess if Emery Battis has cigarettes in his office, he's probably smoked in his office, so his office probably smells like smoke anyway.
That's a good point.
But smelling like old smoke and smelling like a lit cigarette, two very different things.
Yeah. And to be fair, just about 90% of the characters in Twin Peaks smoke, so it's probably not unheard of.
Literally, Emery Battis has a little black book.
Right. Could that be more on point?
Mm-hmm.
And I love how Audrey steals the unicorn.
Well, that's sort of the the way the Ankh in Logan's Run gets you outside of the city. The unicorn gets you into Blackie's, I suppose. So.
Hank trying to like explain to Shelley like, "Hey, I paid my debt."
Yeah,
Right.
you paid your debt, and now you're just racking it up again.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you mean Ed? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Ed, because Ed, obviously Hank's fishing for info here from Shelley,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's working.
Which I don't understand. It's like you think Shelley would figure this out, would know that this was a problem.
You would think, but maybe she doesn't know Hank that well, so she's like more trusting. I mean, she does have pretty bad taste in men.
So what, he has to steal a lighter to set fire to the
Yes.
sawmill? Like there's nothing combustible anywhere?
I think that was just a bonus lighter. I don't think that was like...
Aw.
Yep.
Today's soup is very vegetable. That's adorable. Jeez.
Yep. Harry has like 0 S to give right now when it comes to Hank.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Miss a visit to your parole officer, you're going to go to jail. So please, miss a visit, Hank. Sick of your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick of you already, and this is your second episode.
Be a shame if you broke both your legs.
Yeah, seriously. Do people change? Not in Twin Peaks all that much. Not Hank Jennings, that's for damn sure.
Right.
Every day.
Every day. Words of wisdom from Dale Cooper.
Once a day, give yourself
Every
a present.
Give yourself a present.
Don't plan on it. Don't wait for it. Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
2 cups of this marvelous coffee.
2 cups of hot black coffee.
I haven't had black coffee in a million years.
I'm a tea drinker, so I never have.
Well, usually when I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking like an iced latte or something.
But to be fair, I drink my tea black.
Well, I can't have caffeine, so it's like black coffee just kind of loses its allure, you know? I did have...
Slides it over.
Honestly, Charles, you know when I think the last time I had black coffee was?
When?
That very diner.
Really?
Yeah. I think
in Tweed's Diner.
Yeah, because I had I had coffee and pot.
What am I going to do with a horned horse? It's not a horned horse. It's a unicorn. You ditz. Jeez.
Do you have that phone number? Wait, see, this is very crafty.
Yeah. This is very. See, Audrey would actually make probably a pretty good FBI agent.
She really would. And what I don't understand,
if she applied herself.
What I don't understand is,
she has good instincts for this.
Does Jenny really think that the daughter of the owner is going to be a hooker? But okay, whatever.
Well, maybe she's met Ben.
But see, the thing is, I would think that this was a narc. If Audrey were asking me that, I would think about her being kind of a narc.
Oh, Invitation to Love Time.
Oh, I love Nadine with
you show
with her bonbons on the sofa and the old console television. Look at that.
You tell him, Steve Dave.
You tell him, Steve Dave. Okay, I would just like to tell everybody out there in podcast land who is not old enough to remember console televisions, those drawers at the bottom of the console television, those weren't drawers. They were just there for show.
Yeah, exactly. They had handles on them that didn't do a
damn thing. They were just for decoration.
I had one of those like big monstrosities in my parents' living room growing up, and it had like 4 handles at the bottom, and you're like, these don't do a thing. They're just decorative.
Well, there was no reason for you to have drawers. You didn't have
right.
Multiple remotes.
I think it was just like, it's like, well, you have dressers, so they probably had to kind of look like furniture, bedroom furniture.
Well, the old joke about how if your new working TV is on top of your old broken TV, you might be a redneck. It's because of these old console TVs. They were so hard to get rid of, and they were like furniture that you just wound up, you put a tablecloth over it and put a new TV on top of it. So,
yeah. I feel for Nadine here, like, about her rejection letter.
The rejection letter from the patent office.
It's like that's what it feels like to be a writer, Nadine.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you put your heart and soul into a project, and then you're just rejected.
I feel you.
Oh yeah, here we are in the
Pete's being all proud of his like mounted fish.
We're in Pete Motel's Pete Martell's Bates Motel.
Yeah. Talking about Tim and Tom's taxidermy.
Did you see that thing online where the guy hooked up his Alexa to Billy Bass?
No,
Oh my god. It was pretty good.
That's fine.
Oh, geez. Look at those shoulder pads.
Yep.
Those went into the 90s, didn't they?
Well, you know, she had to do a lot of like offensive tackling.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
You know, I understand that you own a sawmill, but having a giant 6-foot saw above a door in your house, that just seems...
Yeah, like what if that fell?
Right, or, you know, even if one side of it fell, you have like a freaking guillotine.
I know. Shunk.
It's like, where'd my arm go? Oh my god. Oh.
I was like, what was there? Oh, I was with my wife, Morgan Fairchild.
Yeah. Oh, look, we have pictures of...
Yep. Look, I got some nice 5x7 glossies.
Yeah, now people just whip out their phone and scroll through that.
Right, exactly.
Ben and Catherine...
It's like, here, let me pull up my gallery.
Yeah. Ben and Catherine are conspiring against Josie. And again, I said this before,
like,
these are horrible...
Here's me killing her. No.
Yeah, here's me killing her. Here's me after I killed her.
Here's me wrapping her in plastic.
But we still haven't figured out who shot me. I did! You saw me!
You saw me! Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Absolutely. These are horrible, horrible people. Do they have any idea how many people are employed by this sawmill? They're going to ruin this town if they burn this thing down.
They don't care. They're just out for the money, which, just shows...
It's awful.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Josie just came there because of Andrew.
Oh, look at this.
And saw an opportunity. Oh, Cooper. Dale Cooper.
Dun-dun, dun-dun. Yeah. Nice.
Even Harry just like, damn.
Yeah. And I love how he just pulls like a wad of cash out of it. He's like, I'd like to always come back. When I gamble with the Bureau's money, I always like to come back with, like, what does he say, 30%?
12%.
$10,000 of taxpayer dollars, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically, he comes back with a $1,200 return.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Except for
10. Oh, I'm sorry, 10 to 15%. I stand corrected. So we're looking at like 1,000 to 1,500 return.
I think Ed looks pretty dressed up too with that shirt and that giant bolo tie.
The bolo tie is rocking it, but then when he puts the wig on, that's when it
all
goes off the rails. Yeah, it's like, do you like to gamble, Ed? Well, do you like gladiator movies?
Looking good there, Mr. Cutter.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Yeah, why does Josie think they want to burn down the mill? Did Catherine tell her?
I don't know.
I forget how she's figured that. Well,
Cooper's just like, dude, your girlfriend is like all kinds of super shady.
All kinds of super shady. Yeah, I mean, you'd think, I would think that Cooper would be running a background check on her like the first thing he did after talking to Harry about her.
I'm sure he did, but being Cooper, he's not going to tell Harry that he did.
Yeah, he's going to let Harry. Yeah,
Harry has to make his own.
Harry's going to just be drunk for 2 days before he figures that out.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, I get ahead of myself.
Right. Yeah. So let's wait for season 2 for that.
Mm-hmm. Oral surgeons. Oh my god.
Yep. Get it? Oral surgeons? Yeah.
My name is Nita.
19 Jacks.
I'm an oral surgeon. I'm 31. Do you remember that? From So Your Life?
Yep.
Gary Kruger, ladies and gentlemen.
So, how am I supposed to stalk Agent Cooper if he's never around?
I love how I need to leave another message. You're in the same hotel. Just go to his room.
Right. Well, she does. Because remember, later in this episode, she delivers the envelope.
She does. Yeah. And then she decides to go to One-Eyed Jacks on her own, and that just goes horribly wrong.
Yep. So Catherine's meeting with her insurance agent because, hey, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, we're about to burn down the mill. We need the insurance money.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Catherine's gonna get some bad news here.
Yeah, somebody's taken out a life insurance policy on her. I wonder who it was.
Yes, it's that awkward moment when your arch enemy and the guy you're cheating with, on your husband with, take out a life insurance policy on you.
Spoiler alert, it's Benjamin Horne.
Yeah.
So.
Josie Packard, $1 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is this is so strange.
Dude is rocking the skinny tie.
Okay, you did know about this policy, right? Yeah, no.
Right.
No, I didn't. This is a tangled web that has been woven here for this stupid land for the sawmill.
Well, it's kind of funny because, here, Catherine's just, she thought that, okay, she was working with Ben against Josie, and now she's realized that Josie's working with Ben against her arch enemy. So, yeah, it's completely, she feels completely betrayed here.
And she's lying, saying, I'd like to run this by my attorney before I sign it. And initial the changes. So she's figuring it out.
Because I didn't take out this policy, you idiot.
Yeah, and he's thinking, oh shit, this is $1 million life insurance policy I'm losing the commission on.
Yep. Anything at all.
One never knows. Yeah, but I think he's figuring out there's some sort of fraud going on.
Yeah, he's starting to connect the dots, I think.
I don't think he's figured out where the fraud's coming from.
Yep.
But
the fraud's coming from inside
the fraud
the
is coming from inside the Martell family.
It's okay, you leave. I'm just going to stand here motionless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn it.
Yeah, see, and sort of her world is kind of falling down now. She's thinking...
Pretty much. This is probably the most vulnerable we ever see Catherine.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
It's oh, crap!
Mm-hmm. And the double ledger, that means the double ledger is gone.
Oh. So. Now here's Audrey, slipping the note under the door, which Cooper won't find out until, forever in season 2.
Right, well, because he comes home and gets shot.
Right. So. You notice she caresses the door.
Who's this guy? Uh-oh.
So that's not at all creepy. Yep. Asian guy in Twin Peaks. What's up with that?
Gonna go down. Do you still have that friend that makes mustaches? Yeah, I love that there's this briefcase of secret clandestine stuff, and it's just mustaches and wigs.
Yep. Sorry, all we had was Scotch tape for this.
I love how they're going to go undercover, but they couldn't have told him this a week ago, and he couldn't have just grown a mustache.
Right.
This makes me sad.
Feedback. Donuts.
This poor little guy.
You know those donuts look like they're missing something. I can't tell what.
A jelly glaze?
Something
red.
Kind of red. Maybe cherry.
Yeah, I don't know. The blood of the minor bird. Leo Johnson, you are
Waldo.
You are an asshole.
Pretty much. And bang, there goes Waldo. So, R.I.P. Waldo. Pouring one out for my homie.
Yes.
Run into the car.
Yeah, Leo Johnson, everybody's looking for you, so let's go to the police station and shoot the bird.
Right. Well, to be fair, the bird was a witness, so he had to Oh, that's what was missing. Blood on the donuts from a minor bird.
I feel so bad for poor Waldo.
Poor Waldo.
He has to live with Jacques Renault, and who doesn't feed him.
Even Harry just he shot Waldo. Ah, jeez. Forget Waldo. What about those donuts, man?
Well, you want to say, why are they there the night before? They're going to be stale in the morning, Lucy. What's the matter with you?
Maybe you could salvage some of them on the ends.
I wouldn't eat any of those. Come on, let's share.
Poor Lucy. She's hearing her own voice talking to Waldo after he's been shot.
Mara?
This is a really powerful scene for
Yeah,
you
it
right
is.
now.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Leo, no! Leo, no!
I'm just glad that bird didn't say, "Don't tie me up tonight,
Yeah.
Jack." God, sickening.
Ugh.
Jack with one eye. So let's go to the lumberjack themed whorehouse. That sounds like fun.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
See, look, this is tacky. Well, it's just.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh.
I love Cooper.
Yeah, but it makes for great cosplay.
Cooper's '90s glasses. Love it.
Yeah. Well, see, Cooper just goes for like the Clark Kent disguise, but Big Ed looks like Ron Jeremy for
Big Ed
crying
looks
out
like
loud.
Big Ed in a wig. Okay.
And a bad mustache.
I mean, I still think if I were Jacques Renault, I'd be like, "Hey Ed, what's with the hair?"
Yeah, just walk right up. You grow your hair out?
This is really funny.
Blackie thinks Big Ed's the cop, and Cooper just freely admits, I'm the cop.
What cracks me up is that she says, "You look like Cary Grant," and was it 10 years after this, he stars in a movie where he plays Cary Grant?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I forget the name of that movie. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, he's Cary Grant in a movie, so I think that line is funny because is it future or is it past?
Ooh. Yeah. Is it future?
Or past?
Or is it past?
Cards and dice. And Big Ed goes to what looks like a very loaded roulette wheel.
Yep.
So, God. What's the matter with people? Yeah, look, that is tacky. I'm sorry. I know you can see boobies, but that's tacky.
Right.
Yeah. Look at this quote unquote casino seriously looks like somebody's rumpus room. You know? It doesn't look like a casino to me.
But again, keep in mind, this was the 90s.
There were casinos in the 90s.
I know there was casinos in the 90s, but this was supposed to be like sexy casino.
It still looks like somebody's rumpus room. Like, where's the bumper pool?
Well, that's true. It is kind of like, a little out of the way, but maybe that's the whole point.
Yeah. I still think this is a little bit of a weird situation.
Oh, and here's Maddie after she was like viciously attacked by a giant ball of yarn.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. And in the game of Leland or Bob, 100% Bob right here.
Totally Bob. Because Leland's just sitting in the dark in his living room.
Yeah, and he's got that Bob look on his face.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely Bob. So for those of you playing Bob or Leland at home...
Score one for Bob.
Score one for Bob.
Yeah, I think this is kind of strange. I think,
Yeah.
I think Maddie's been there for too long.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, James and Donna just roped her into this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, geez. James has seen a ghost.
Is Laura Palmer's theme.
Oh. Donna, don't even act like you're jealous right now, because that's
Donna in her stealth cap.
He still was. He's still seeing a ghost. I don't care what you think about it.
Right.
This is the song you teach the Icelandic people.
Yeah, they're singing 99 bottles of beer in Icelandic. And if this is like David Lynch had directed this episode, you know that David Lynch would have gone through the entire 99 bottles.
Oh my God. Probably.
Right?
Yikes. Hepa, the ice princess.
And Jerry's like all over her like a cheap suit.
What is that brooch he has?
Hey, Jerry.
Respect.
Respect. I
Respect.
never seemed to stop you
In honor
before.
of Aretha Franklin.
Yes, in memory of Aretha Franklin. I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw last night. It was on cable, where he's talking about his drunk father singing old Motown songs. R-E-T-N-P. Do you know how to spell it?
All right, so let's appreciate the irony of this scene is that we have Ben and Jerry eating Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Well, we don't know if it's Ben and Jerry's. It's very, very generic ice cream, but still.
But still,
Ben
it's
and
Ben and
Jerry
Jerry's
eating ice cream. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I like that.
Road trip.
One-eyed Jacks. Jerry's like, ooh.
I think I'm high.
Jerry's like, ooh, I'm going to get laid. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. And of all...
Well, to be fair, it's a big motivator.
Of all the nights to go to One-eyed Jacks.
Right.
It's like, this is the night...
It's like, oh, hey, this is the night my daughter is going to be like posing
as the new girl at One-eyed... Yeah, seriously.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, look who else is here in bed with this plan.
Right.
Dun,
So
dun,
here
dun,
we see
dun.
Dun dun dun. Josie has an alliance with Hank.
I wonder where Hank has told...
And Hank's like, okay, I'm going to take off my jacket and stay
I wonder what Hank has told Norma he's doing tonight. I'm just going out for some beers to the Roadhouse.
Norma's just probably glad he's out of the house.
Probably, because, it's not like Big Ed can come over. He's up across the Canadian border.
One of the most iconic Twin Peaks scenes
ever.
Yes.
I watched the Friends episode today that had Sherilyn Fenn as the girl with one leg that was dating Chandler. Yeah, really? I forgot about that.
I've never watched
He tries really hard to get over the fact that she only has one leg. She can't stand the fact that he has a third nipple.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
Like Hester Prynne, yeah.
I've heard that name somewhere before.
It's like, oh, and I see you have like a scarlet letter of recommendation from Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Yeah, seriously. I like how too she's been to she's worked at 17 horror houses and she's 19 years old probably. She tells her.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Blackie does know that she's full of it.
Blackie does know that she's full of it. Yes.
It's like crumble this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She sees right through the scarlet letter thing.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I was in high school too. I know. I've read that book.
It's like we've all been there. Here's how you get a job at a whorehouse. Mm.
To be fair, this is a pretty convincing argument.
Mm-hmm. And
the cherry stem.
I'm going to have to admit,
Icon.
I practiced this big time to learn how to do this. Welcome to One-Eyed Jacks, Hester.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. You passed the test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah.
To quote Jane from Firefly.
Yep. But I, bought myself a jar of maraschino cherries with the stems and just didn't stop until I was good at it. I ate a lot of cherries. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there were a lot of girls.
Oh, yeah.
Decided, okay, I need to know this party trick.
I need to know this. I mean, I can do it, but it's not like it's something I feel like it's appropriate to do most of the time.
Right. It's like, why, thank you, Reverend Bob. Yes.
I'm out.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Look who's here.
Bite the bullet, baby. Bite the bullet.
Why are they wearing the "Hello, my name is" sticker? Why isn't he just wearing an official? This is for a casino. This place has no money.
Right. This is pretty low rent. I agree.
Dr. Jacoby's caught up in the soap opera also.
It's like he's got his big Hawaiian drink. And is that like the bat phone on his desk?
Kinda, yeah. It's 10 p.m.
All red.
Do you know where your soap opera is?
Yes, Commissioner.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is very weird.
Very weird.
Hey, I'm posing as a dead girl, which everybody went to her funeral. and you're buying
Well, and you
this.
just want to say, like, even if they did find something out from doing this, is this not
Right.
entrapment or?
Well,
I mean, with these tapes, aren't they withholding evidence?
yes, they are withholding
Yeah.
evidence. They are because they're interfering with the investigation.
Yeah, this is just weird.
But they're just like, we're going to do our own investigation. We don't trust the cops. So Jacoby goes outside his door after being prompted by Maddie / quote Laura.
What's weird about
Finds a package.
What's weird about Twin Peaks is that unlike most small towns that you see in movies and television, you can trust the cops in this town.
At last, the Star Wars Christmas special.
I finally have a copy of it.
I finally got my bootleg.
Speaking of which,
on the VHS.
Congratulations to Weird Al for
VHS.
getting his star on the Walk of Fame.
Yes, exactly. That was very cool.
Yeah, my friends Chad and Laura went to that. Yeah,
really?
it was really fun. Yeah, they have lots of great pictures.
I'll bet.
Sparkwood and 21. You know the one traffic light we have in this city?
It's like we have like all of like maybe 5 landmarks in this town.
Yeah. Now where did
we can't even afford a real phone booth.
I wonder where Donna's parents think she is. You know, James's guardian is off gambling.
As long as she brings back Harriet's bicycle with the air filled in the back tire.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's good.
She's somebody knows what they're up to, what their shenanigans are.
It's kind of a credit to Cheryl Lee because you can kind of see the distinction she gave Laura was that this kind of baby doll voice that she used on Jacoby, and then when it's her Maddie voice, it's much more serious.
Oh yeah. Cheryl Lee is incredible, and that's the thing too. Maddie's what is Maddie like 23 or something?
Right.
So no, she's not that. I think what is she like 3 years older than Laura?
Something like that.
Yeah, she's in college, I think, but
still, yeah, she's older. Yeah.
So she's a little bit more.
Yeah. So we have Bobby watching Maddie as Laura, and then somebody's watching Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we know who that
We don't know who's
is.
watching Bobby.
Yep. I always feel like somebody's watching me,
and I have no privacy. Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Happy 60th birthday, Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's getting a tribute this week on Ghostwood.
My God.
All the tributes.
All the tributes, all the time. Again, this is just...
And Jacoby just floors it out of his little garage area.
Why are we not taking this videotape to the cops?
Good question.
Like something fishy is going on.
Yep. So Bobby watches James and Donna sneak up into Jacoby's office. And Bobby pulls out... Wait, baby laxative. Baby laxative.
Baby laxative.
I'm going to plant this in his gas
tank.
This
in his gas tank. And this, kids, is why we have locks on gas tanks now.
Get in there. Now. Get in there. There you go. Yep.
Some freaking biker's going to get his head
because you never... Lights out, Mr. Monkey Wrench.
Jeez.
Squeal. Creepy squeal.
But who's watching Maddie?
Yes. Oh, dun dun dun.
And we're going to have to...
Who knew that Ray Wise was such a heavy breather?
Well, it's maybe he's allergic to Douglas firs. I don't know.
Yeah, executive producers Mark Frost and Dave Lynch. So that's our episode, everybody.
Typical Twin Peaks, just when it starts to get really good and you're dying to know what the hell is going on.
Well, see, don't you feel bad for me now? Because when I watched this live, I had to wait a week to find out what happened.
That was torture.
And then, of course, when after the season 1 finale, which we're going to talk about next time.
God, are we there already?
I had to wait a whole summer just to find out what was going to happen to Cooper.
That's right.
Because it was such a powerful cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. So, yeah, I like that. So I've always forgot how good that episode is.
Yeah, this is a good one. Everything's about to come to a head.
Yeah, because as we building up, because obviously next episode's the season 1 finale. So this is obviously put a lot of important plot points and a lot of things moving along nicely as we build up. So what's your rating for this one?
Oh, what is I should be thinking of these ratings before we do this. I'm going to say this one for me is a 9 out of 10 fraudulent life insurance policies.
Nice. Very nice. We're in sync on this one. I also give it a 9 out of 10 knotted cherry stems.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I was going to go with that. If you had taken knotted cherry stems, I was going to go with fake Big Ed porn stashes.
Well, I think what I like about the insurance policy is that it just shows you. I mean, I always like comeuppance,
right?
Plot lines. Anytime somebody gets a comeuppance, I love it. Like the end of Shawshank Redemption is like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Or Real Genius.
Real Genius with the popcorn house and my favorite one.
William Atherton.
Yes, who has he ever played a good guy? And the answer is no.
No, he's been a douchebag. He was a douchebag in Ghostbusters. He was a douchebag in Real Genius, and he was a douchebag in
the triumvirate of douchebag.
The triumvirate of douchebaggery. Yeah.
Exactly. So, my favorite one of all time, though, is.
To be fair, he made a good career of it.
I mean, he's perfect for that. My favorite comeuppance story plotline of all time is in Sense and Sensibility, and specifically in the movie.
Now this is the Keira Knightley version?
No. You're thinking of Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Sense and Sensibility. This is the Oscar-winning Sense and Sensibility adaptation that Ang Lee directed and
Gwyneth Paltrow.
No. Emma Thompson wrote and starred in this.
Okay.
And it's about 3 sisters, 2 of who are marrying age, and one of them is still a child. Their father dies, but has to leave all the money to the brothers. The brother, because that's women couldn't be left money. None of them are married, so they move to this cottage in the country, and she meets a man named Mr. Willoughby. The sister that I'm talking about is played by Kate Winslet. She meets a guy named Willoughby. She falls in love with him, but he has to marry somebody for money because he's about to get cut off because he got somebody else pregnant. I mean, he's like a terrible guy. So at the very end of the story, her name is Miss Marianne. Miss Marianne winds up marrying Colonel Christopher Brandon, who is one of the sweetest men in literature, played in the movie by Alan Rickman, speaking of Die Hard. So at the very end of the movie, it's their wedding. But up on the hill is Willoughby, watching, filled with regret and stuff. And you watch it, you're like, that's what you get, Willoughby. It's just so great. So yeah, I love comeuppance plot lines. And one of the things I love about this is Catherine is totally getting her comeuppance in this scene where she sees this life insurance policy. She's, Benjamin Horne brings it over to the insurance place. Josie is the beneficiary, so she realizes.
And Catherine's arrogance, she thought that okay, I've got everything going my way. I got Ben on my side, and we're just going to run the table on this town. And no.
She realizes that yes, Ben does want to burn down the mill, but he wants to kill her and take the money. So everything that they've been doing and planning for her, she's out of. So Catherine has no one. And like I said, Catherine is a terrible, terrible person. I mean, first of all, she's mean to Pete, which is, I don't like.
Yeah. Well, that's probably Pete was the only thing she has left.
And
which is why she ends up going to him.
And she barely has that. I mean, Pete's a sweetheart, so he's still nice to her, but she has nobody because, we think Andrew's dead. He comes back.
As far as Catherine
as far as Catherine knows, right? She's in a marriage to somebody she doesn't like, and the people she thinks she's in league with are obviously conspiring against her. So she's utterly and totally alone.
Well, it doesn't help that Catherine's a sociopath.
And well, that's the thing, is that you're looking at it, you're like, I kind of don't feel bad for you. Like, I don't think you should die, but I don't feel bad for you.
Exactly. So. It's like you're getting what you deserve
in
this one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like when you conspire with unsavory people.
I actually felt bad that Pete was helping her.
Yeah.
After, with the whole, after he found out that she was still alive. Because she didn't tell him that she was still alive. Right. She just showed up as Mr. Tajimura.
I know. She's a terrible person. Like I said, for a little bit of money, she wants to put a bunch of people, just ruin their lives. Put them all out of work.
Right. She just doesn't care. Right. That's, again, a sign of a true sociopath.
Total sociopath. So that's why I picked the insurance policy, because I think Catherine's about to get what she deserves. And I still kind of hate that Benjamin Horne never quite got his. He tried to redeem himself, so that helps a little bit, but I still think he should have gotten something.
Well, he did. Well, he did go a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he did his whole
during his whole
Civil War thing. Yeah.
Period. Yes.
There's that. You're right.
Yeah, and he kind of came out the other end, presumably as a better person, at least for a little while. But then, yeah,
he's still pretty terrible.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he comes out as a less horrible but still horrible person.
Well, I think he comes out of it realizing that he needs to stop being a horrible person. And I don't know if Catherine ever figures that out.
Yeah.
Catherine still has that very entitled, bitchiness about her. So
yeah,
that's a problem.
I'll play this one more time.
RESPECT.
Never stopped you before.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. So, next time on Ghostwood, we're going to talk about The Last Evening, which is a much better title because I'm not quite sure how realization time factors into this episode. So this is episode 8, a.k.a. episode 7, a.k.a. this season 1 finale. And it's a good...
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff.
So...
A lot of stuff happens here.
And a great cliffhanger that had me screaming for the better part of 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Until Twin Peaks returned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even then, David Lynch drug it out.
Oh, yeah.
In the season 2 premiere, just intentionally torturing his fans.
And
as we waited for resolution to Cooper's gunshot.
Yes, and I think that, and he did this to us in The Return also.
Right, yes.
Yes,
Dougie.
And now that we know everything is quote-unquote okay, it's funny to go back and watch this episode with, the world's oldest busboy.
Yeah, because you can tolerate it knowing how it turns out.
Right, you're not just on pins and needles going, what happens?
But that first time I watched that episode, and we'll talk about that when we get to that episode, but it's just, the frustration.
It was so frustrating. I have been waiting
how I felt
all
watching this
summer. Come on now.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah. So,
Help me out here.
Yeah. Throw me a freaking bone here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week, or next time I should say, because there'll probably be a couple weeks before we record this. Maybe more because Xan's doing a little side trip.
So if you would like to record next week, that would be fine with me because I will be unavailable to record for about 2 weeks. So if you wanted to do it next week, we can.
Yeah.
Especially since I had to put off last week. So
right.
That works for me. But yes, I will be in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Which is awesome.
Which is hopefully going to be really awesome.
Pretty cool. And the whole other continent I've never been to.
I've never been to either. And we were talking about this, and with the exception of Antarctica, this trip will have put Chris on all the rest of the continents.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
which I think is pretty nifty.
That's impressive.
Yeah, because he did.
So obviously Australia, Europe, Asia.
Yeah, Chris did.
North America, South America.
Chris did a convention in Argentina in I think 2000 or 99 or 2000.
So that counts for South America.
Yeah, it was 2000. He did an Argentina convention, and he lived in India when he was young for about 3 years.
Okay, so
there's Asia. And then he lives here. He's been to Europe, and we did Australia last year. So
right. So wow, that ticks off all the boxes.
That's all of them. So unless they do a convention at McMurdo, I don't think we're qualified to go to Antarctica.
Well, to be fair, maybe an X-Files convention, because hey, they did do that. The first movie, X-Files movie, was in Antarctica. So,
John Carpenter fans would go.
The thing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, seriously.
So there you go.
So unless
So we need Antarctica.
Oh, Charles.
Yes. Thank
perfect.
you. Thank you, Antarctica. Yes. I want credit for that.
I think you should. So, because
they better at least float me a couple bucks for that one. You can use
There's been litigation. Don't say anything but comic convention unless you're talking about San Diego. So.
Well, I didn't say comic.
No, I'm just saying. So you gotta put in your
trade. I got to trademark
do this right
thing.
now. Antarctica, I love it. I love it.
There you go. So
yeah.
Anyway, you heard it here.
You heard it here first on Ghostwood. Right. So.
All right. So Xan, well, first let's talk about where they can find us in the meantime as they wait for us to talk about the season 1 finale. So you can reach us on the Twitter machine at GhostwoodCast and the Gmail. The Gmail at ghostwoodpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to email us, we'd love to hear from you. Especially love to know what you think about the season 1 finale.
Oh, yeah.
So drop us a line about that. And if you hurry up, we'll read it. Hopefully we'll get this hurried up and posted. Fingers crossed. And then also Facebook account, Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks Podcast, where you can drop us a line there as well. And like I said, I'm going to post probably that MC Chris video.
Nice.
And then Xan is always posting really cool stuff.
I try when I find
yes, you do.
When I find something interesting, I try and put it on there. I gotta find that picture
on the shit posting.
I gotta find that picture of I know it's Kimmy Robertson's holding a koala and everybody else is there, but Dana Ashbrook just has crazy eyes in the photo. Everybody's been talking about that a lot. That's been a meme. But he just has piercing eyes. He can't help it. It's not anything wrong with the Dana Ashbrook.
Yeah. Okay, so also iTunes. Please rate us on iTunes if you would, because that helps iTunes their little logarithm.
Mm-hmm.
Or algorithm, I would say. I don't know why I said logarithm. Algorithm, that helps that people find us. And please help support the Southgate Media Group Patreon page. Because that helps keep the lights on.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah. And so we definitely appreciate that. I'm sure Rob Southgate, our editor, would appreciate that as well. So please do that. And Xan, where can they find you on the interwebs? On the
Twitter and on the Instagram as Udinax19. That's probably the best place to get a hold of me. And I'm also on the Facebook. I'm checking the Ghostwood page. I'm Xan Sprouse on the Facebook. What about you, Charles?
Of course, I'm at Charles Skaggs on the Twitter and the Insta. And then Google Plus for you crazy kids in the Google Plus. And Facebook, the Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio. Or my blog at Geeky Things.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Damn Good Coffee and Hot, where I talk about Ghostwood and Twin Peaks and all kinds of my other podcasts I do for Southgate Media, including the award-winning Next Stop Everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast, the Phantom Zone podcast they do with Karen Lindsay, friend of the show, and Titan Talk, the Titans podcast they also do with Jesse Jackson, my Next Stop Everywhere co-host, which, hey, we just finally found out that DC Universe, when that's going to launch, and also when Titans is going to debut for season 1.
Hey.
So, yeah. So that's going to be coming up. So, Titans premieres on October 12th, so hey, we're going to really kick into overdrive on Titan Talk.
Yeah, I guess so.
In addition to new Doctor Who next month, hopefully. So, yeah, things are going to get very busy for Charles.
Yeah, I guess so.
Coming up.
Dang.
Coming more than usual. So, all right. So, everybody check those out. We'd definitely appreciate it. And thank you guys for listening. We definitely appreciate that.
Oh, totally, yes.
Yeah.
We
And,
do this for you.
Exactly, because we feel you. There's no more Twin Peaks on the TV, but obviously we're having fun going back through these old episodes. I know I am.
There's Twin Peaks on the Netflix that you could always relive. It's always there for you.
And I get to talk about Twin Peaks with one of my best friends.
Heck yeah, we do. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
So we get to hang out in Twin Peaks land together.
Exactly. We get to get all twin geeked.
Twin Geeks. Yep, that's us.
Yeah,
That's who we are.
Exactly.
We're Twin Geeks.
We're the Twin Geeks.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So there you go. You can copyright
That was good.
one.
I like that one.
There you go. All right, let's do that. All right, so everybody, come on back. The last evening, it's going to be pretty epic.
This is a pretty damn good season finale.
Damn good season.
Damn
finale.
good season
And
finale. It's hot.
Yeah,
Cooper,
exactly. So
yeah,
come
it's
on
hot.
back.
You saw Cooper in that tuxedo. He looked
Yep.
like a movie star.
Yep. And watch him chase down a wood tick.
Hell of a way to kill a wood tick. Spoiler alerts.
Yeah, exactly. So coming back, episode 41. We will be here. Hope you will as well. Right here on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.